It's 1 o'clock at night, and that's exactly the right time to look for the right spot here at Lower Tunguska to do some spinning. Because ideally, we're going to use the entire daytime. So from 4 in the morning until about 10, 11 at night to really make some cash. Yeah, in the last live stream, we were here at Lower Tunguska and we did a fishing competition for Lenok, for trout. So quite a bit is biting here right now. For example, pink salmon as well. And those are exactly the fish that are really worth it at the moment. And I just tested the spot again, the one Devilis was fishing at, and honestly, it was really good. I tried it again under slightly different weather conditions in the evening hours. So yeah, I was there for about 15 minutes just now, and quite a lot went in. And I think you can already kind of tell by the prices of the fish that these fish are just worth it. Grayling, Lenok, even up to pink salmon, across the board, all high value fish. And that's exactly what we're going for now. So I'm saying now is the right time. Let's head to the spot. We do have to walk a bit, of course, and there we'll test with the medium light setup, which I already built in the last session and showed in another video. So now we're testing here at Lower Tunguska. Like I just said, I was already at the spot the previous day in the evening hours, and I caught some Lenoks, but also Grayling, and finally a pink salmon. And that was during rain. Yeah, and now I'm almost at the spot, and the weather's showing full-on sunshine, at least for the next few hours. So I'm obviously going to test that now as well, how the bite behavior changes and what happens. That little rock over there, that's the one we want. And then we want to cast over to that big rock across. So this whole area here is always worth it for Lenok, for Grayling, for pink salmon, and so on. You can test all the way down here, an absolutely interesting area that really pays off. Also a spot right over here, next to that tree leaning into the water, that's also in this area. That one's always worth it too. Honestly, this whole area should always be cast from time to time if you're into these specific fish. Yeah, we're just in time now. It's almost 3 o'clock, which means we really do need prep time to be on the spot on time. And of course, we also need the right setup. Let's take a look at that first. So, I've got the Alpha Caster as a medium light rod with a casting weight of 3 grams. That's absolutely crucial, a very low casting weight. We need that to cast these small lures far enough. I'm taking a bit of a risk here because I'm using a fluorocarbon leader with only 7.8 kilograms breaking strength, which means a big Lenok at 34 kilos. That's going to put on a real show with this setup. This is what the lure looks like. Size 6 hooks, so I've got a little more weight again. And that actually works really well in this version. Yeah, and now it's just before 4 o'clock, which means I'm going to cast out and make the first few casts. So I'm casting between those plants and that rock, right into that area, speed 50. Then just reeling in with shift and speed 50 into motion, a couple of cranks, and that gets us right into jerking. Yeah, look, the sun just decided it's time for morning. That means sunrise is coming right up. And bam, the first Lenok already. Or what do we have here? Yeah, no doubt, the first Lenok. That's nice. Really good weight again. And that's exactly how it should go. Ideally, that's how it keeps going, right in the morning hours. Constant jerking. A nice high frequency is of course the A and O. You want to catch one fish after the other, and then you can really get amazing values. Silver values. Bam! And the next one, yup. So this is where it really pays off. I'd say 500 silver plus is definitely possible here, even if you're not fully skilled, as long as your setup is halfway decent. The bare minimum you need for a rod and setup is the Balaya setup. I'll link it again. That's the one that costs less than 1,000 silver. Ideally, the one you use between level 12 and 20 to get started at Balaya. You can already come here with that setup, and you'll fish, just like that. Even if your leader's a bit weaker, like 5 or 6 kilograms. Sure, that means longer fights. You'll definitely get more action. But it's absolutely possible to chill here and fish for Lenok, pink salmon, and co. The small fish, I'm just throwing those back right now. Don't need them. They barely bring any silver anyway, so back they go. Doesn't affect the fish at the spot at all. So the fish is basically just removed, and It's not like it grows bigger later or anything. You don't get more fish at the spot because of it. So, I don't need to sell that one. It's really not worth it. Hey, look, a nice brown trout too. Of course, I'll gladly take that one with me. And if a few more grayling come in too, that's also good. They're definitely worth it. If you're going more for grayling, you could of course switch up the lures a bit. Or maybe you can't use topwater yet. Even then, you can still stand here. With spinners, for example. Just pull through here with spinners. And there's the next one. Yeah, look, 1.2 kilograms. I'm curious how the weather will change things now. Like I said, it was raining earlier, now we've got sunshine. And depending on that, the lures and the fish will have different preferences. They'll be hanging out in different water depths too. So maybe topwater triggers trout more now. And in the rain, maybe grayling get triggered more. But that's something you can vary as well. See? Now we've got trout, trout, trout in a row. Not too bad either. Like I said before, other spinners can also work really well. A good option is the Spiker 14. That light pink color always works pretty well. But the Spiker 18 also seems to work nicely. Pretty much everyone's got that in their bag because it always works well at Balaya too. Now, you got to be careful. We've got a really strong current here. That means if the spinner's supposed to stay in action the whole time, you'll have to play around with the speed a bit. Maybe even slow it down as soon as it turns into the current. Or just cast over toward the trees, then reel steadily against the current and adjust the speed accordingly. You can always see it on the action bar, how much it flickers. So, you'll want to adjust the speed a bit to keep constant action, so the spinner spins nicely. And then check if the color's working right now or not. You'll have to test that. No way around it. I can't really help much there. You always have to try it yourself, whether the color works right now or not. Now I'm pulling the whole thing along with the current, but fast. That works quite well too. Speed 48-49, pulled right through with the current. Or maybe try a stop and go, let it sink again, then start reeling. That also helps from time to time. Let it drop again and pull it up again. So yeah, you need to bring in some variation. Other topwaters can also work. Other spoons too, like the Vico in 8 grams, you can cast that really well with a medium light setup. If you're in ultralight, that's already too heavy, of course. But with medium light, still totally doable. You can cast that really far since the weight is a bit higher. Also with that, mix things up with speed, or let it drop for a second. That's what worked here just now, and boom, instant bite. So again, keep varying, and then you'll be making some really, really nice cash. Look, another pink salmon, always super interesting, and absolutely worth it financially to go for pink salmon here. So that's the spot. Test, 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 test. This entire area up here, this shallow part, or rather, the curve, that's especially interesting when you're spinning. Just keep pulling upstream against the current. Works well. All the way down the curve to the waterfall, an absolutely exciting area. Go to the spot. Test, test, test. Don't forget. Leave a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And then, see you in the next video. Until then, tight lines.